Good morning, students. Here I will tell you all about the life of Mukesh, who wants to be a motor mechanic. And in this video of the Lost Spring, I will tell you how these people who make bangles, which is an auspicious thing for the women and the girls, that lead to their suhag, and they really want to do something for the well-being of their society, have to suffer a lot. So you will pay attention and listen to me very well. This is the lesson based on the activities of the child labor. As government of the world and even the UNO passed this resolution that the children below the age of 14 should not be engaged in any kind of work which can just enrich them financially. But here it is such a deplorable scene in the making of the bangles in Firozabad, not Faizabad, Firozabad. I tell you, that is very heart-rending, and you can understand how troublesome life they have to live. They are trapped in such a network that their generations who adopted this very profession are disliked by these young children. These young children think that why their forefathers, why their previous generations adopted this job, that they have to live such a hellish life. Now, it is the condition. Mukesh is a child laborer. He has a family of 1, 2, 3, 4 members. How can you say Mukesh himself, his elder brother, and his wife, who commands the respect of Bahu, daughter-in-law, his father, who had worked as a tailor, and he just worked as the angle maker, and now he has got only a house which is not so well built, but at least there are 2 rooms, and he has this brick wall, but the bangles are kept. He wants to become a motor mechanic. He is daring and different from other young children of Firozabad who have submitted to age-old miseries and traditional profession. Means now what is happening, most of the people who live in Firozabad, they cannot dare to just go against the masters. They cannot change their professions. They cannot do anything else. Workers do not get even 2 times meal every day. Means the whole family is engaged in this very profession, though they do not have meal for 2 times a day. So what a tragedy is this? It is really a very big problem in the life of these people. Workers do not get even 2 times meal every day. Mukesh wants to become a motor mechanic and his own master. He is ready to travel long way to garage. Means wherever there is garage, he wants to work. He wants to go. And just when narrator asks him whether he wants to become a pilot, really it is an absurd and awkward question that she should not ask a child who does not have even 2 times meal and who has no proper education. How can he become a pilot? It is unthinkable. So she feels joking like manner but it is very embarrassing for Mukesh and some other people who know all about it. There are some questions that are very important. What does the writer mean when she says Sahib is no longer his own master? Since Sahib now works in a tea stall, he is now bound to his master and feels burdened. The steel canister he carries is very heavy as compared to his light plastic bag. The bag was his own and the canister belongs to his master, whose order he now has to follow. So he is no longer his own master. Question number 2. Is it possible for Mukesh to realize his dream? You have to justify your answer. Mukesh's determination is going to prove instrumental in helping him to realize his dream. His dream can become a reality only if he is able to find a garbage where he can be taken in as an apprentice. Then he will have to learn how to drive a car. He will then be able to graduate himself to be a good mechanic. So, in this way, you can write this answer very comprehensively. Question number 3. Do you think Sahib was happy to work at the tea stall? Answer. You have to give reasons. Since Sahib now works in a tea stall, he is now bound to his master and feels burdened. The steel canister he carries is so heavy in comparison to that light plastic bag. The bag was his own and the canister belongs to his master, whose orders now he has to follow. So he is no longer his own master. So that is a problem. What does the title Lost Spring convey? The title Lost Spring conveys how millions of children in India lose out on living the spring of their lives. That is their childhood. The best phase of life is lost in the hardships involved to earn their livelihood. Poverty forces these young children to work in most inhuman conditions, as a result of which they miss out on the fun of childhood, which hampers their growth. Why does the author say that the bangle makers are caught in a vicious web? Why? The author says that bangle makers are caught in a vicious web which starts from poverty to indifferences, then to greed, and finally to injustice. Mind-numbing toil means such hard labor that really makes someone not to think, kills their hopes and dreams. They cannot organize themselves into cooperatives and have fallen into a vicious circle of sahukars, middlemen, and the police. So they get condemned to poverty and perpetual exploitations. What does the writer mean when she says Sahib is no longer his own master? This is a very important question, and this is just told several times, and this question has been asked several times. So you can answer this question very well. Who is Mukesh? What is his dream? That question is also very important. Mukesh is a child laborer in a glass factory in Firozabad. He belongs to a family of bangle makers. He shows no love or fascination towards bangle making and insists on being his own master. He dreams of becoming a motor mechanic. He desires to go to a garage and get the required training for this job. Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Why or why not? No, Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall. Even though he now gets a fixed income of rupees 18 along with all his meals, he has lost his freedom and his carefree days. He is no longer his own master and is bound and burdened by the steel canister he now has to carry. So, in this way, I tell you that I conclude this video, and I hope you will get benefited and you will enjoy learning. Thank you, children. Thank you.